Everybody, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. This is Zielonka Hard Mode Challenge, episode 27, and it's February now. Last time we sold a whole bunch of wood chips and bought 2 new plots, um, along with a seed drill and a combine. The plan is to get the old field back there turned into canola to start at least. Um, we got barley and nothing. So as soon as we can plant, we'll put canola in this empty field here. All the new fields, the 2 new fields are fully fertilized, but this guy over here isn't. So we're gonna get him fertilized if we can stay in the correct vehicle. This should be nice and quick. Um, the plan for today is to do whatever maintenance we need to do. I'm pretty sure it's just hitting this field with a layer of fertilizer. And then next month we can fertilize it again. But then there'll be nothing to do until, well, until let's see. You know, it's hard to think and talk at the same time. Nothing to do until we can plant or harvest one or more of these things. I suspect it'll be planting. No, actually, I suspect it'll be harvesting the barley over there first. Because we have barley, I was thinking about chickens. Pretty easy animal to deal with. I've actually had chickens in real life, and well, that's the best eggs and best meat I've ever had, as far as that goes. But yeah, so, but the chickens are like 100, and to do a field that's worth anything in terms of actually producing money, we're gonna need the $174,000 chicken barn, which is gonna sit behind in our list of goals, the amorphous list that floats around in my head. Will sit behind the big oil mill. So I'm not gonna do small batch chickens. I'm gonna go for the big one, unless a mod comes out that gives me a cheaper, bigger chicken option. We'll be waiting on that. The smaller chicken houses are tiny. 20 chickens. In real life, that would be about 18 eggs a day. But even if that translates to what we'd get in game, we cannot justify that for any reason, since we're not going to be eating the eggs ourselves. It's just the work is the same as caring for 300 chickens. So, no point in doing it, and until we can, yeah, there's no point in doing it until we can actually afford to do it big and right. Alright, I think I have gotten that guy. Yep. Now we might as well throw down a layer of fertilizer on that field over there. It should last through the seeding, and man, that was silly. Starting so early. Should last through the seeding, and then because we're not planting this month, so next month when we plant, the growth stages will have clicked up again, and we will be able to actually apply that layer of fertilizer with the seed drill, which is a direct drill fertilizing drill. It's alright, neighbor, I've got row crop tires on. I'm not gonna hurt your stuff. So once all this fertilizing is done, we'll go move on, check the sale, see if, which I haven't done today yet, see if there's anything we can afford to purchase and flip, and then it'll be on for March, February, March, yep. It looks like we might be planting rice again soon. With the new, with the new production, the new oil production, once we get that in, we'll actually be able to process the rice in a timely manner. We're actually getting further and further behind every month, or every season. Season? No. Every year we're getting further and further behind. It takes more than a year to process the rice that we're producing off that one field. So there's really no reason to stay with the small one anyway. But I want to actually start filling it with canola. Possibly we'll be able to afford to buy a sunflower head for the, sunflower and corn head for the harvester. There's an off-brand one that seems to be pretty big and not as expensive as the other ones. I think it's even cheaper or near the same as a lot of the smaller ones that are on brand. So that will be cool to have, and hopefully it works as advertised. You never know with these off-brand things. It's not a mod as far as I remember. I think it's base game. And I guess there is the chance that it is a mod and I've just forgotten. But anyway, that's I think, this field fertilized. Let's take a look. Well, almost. We have a tiny little patch. Oh, sorry, buddy. We have a tiny little patch right over here that needs doing. So we'll hit that up real quick like. That should have covered it. Close enough. And yeah, let's, we gotta get down, we gotta take this thing down to the store anyway to pick up the pallet forks that got absolutely glitched into the ground, which really bugs me. It's something that you'd think they could just, like, set absolute, either no collision or absolutely 100% full collision when it comes to ground. So anyway, I will see you guys in, I guess, probably April. All right, we're in May now, actually. In April, I had a bit of a moment, and there was still snow on the ground, and I tried to flood the field, and the rice field, and it didn't flood, and it wouldn't flood, and I just thought, oh gosh, it must not be time, but I didn't check. I didn't check the schedule, I just assumed, and so I went into May, and then I remembered as I tried to flood the field in May, and did check, uh, you can't flood the field unless it's been cultivated. Like the pump won't turn on unless the field's been cultivated, which is quite a trick. So, and I couldn't do my fertilization because there was snow on the ground then, so I'm doing it now. So we're planting a month late, which means we'll be harvesting a month late. And I'm gonna get this stuff going. And I think we've seen 1,000,000 rice harvests at the rice plantings in this series enough, so it's gonna happen while I fertilize things. And yep, I'll just keep an eye on it. We gotta fill this guy up. We gotta get these fillers fertilized one more time. Although, actually, no, we don't. Not that one anyway. That one will be fertilized by the planter. Or not planter, but the seed drill. This one needs to be fertilized, though. Oh man, another rice planting complete. And in June, we will do nothing. Yeah, next thing we gotta do, no, in June we harvest the barley, all right. And then in August, we harvest, no, in August we plant canola, and probably September for the rice harvest. And then who knows when the poplar's going to be ready. I still have not a good counting of how long poplar takes. If you know for a fact, comment below. But right, so we're going to move on to our barley harvest. It's barley time. And also, I believe it's oil time. Right, prices, rice oil. Yep, it's also rice oil time. So get this barley harvested, and then we'll sell the rice oil. remembering why I wanted to sell this thing originally, it's not exactly the greatest combine. It works, but man, the tank is small. It's just tiny. I don't know if it makes sense to get the super big tanks, but you know, the massive ones. Maybe it will by the time I can afford a better one. In the meantime, man. And then of course this thing's too short, so I can't use the big red trailer on it. So I'm without money in the bank to afford it right now. I am stuck using this little teeny truck. And yeah. And I forgot to turn on the water to flood this field, so I may even lose some rice out of that. And not only that, but we had hail. So far this has not been a joyous day of farming, but one problem after another. Yeah, I don't know whether I should fix that or not. I kind of want to cultivate the field just to flatten it out so that the compaction is better and whatnot. But hopefully, when we plant canola, we're going to do canola in all 3 open fields. And that'll work. And then if we're lucky, well, you know what? I am just going to leave that thing. I know it was a pain, but we need the money to buy the we need the money to buy the oil mill. So we're gonna actually let this grow again and process it out, but we are gonna put canola in those 2 fields. So that's the plan, and maybe I'll stick to it, who knows. Which means if that's the case, I need to go get that fertilizer and get fertilization done. And on top of that, sometime this year I need to buy a sprayer, which means we can actually get rid of the spreader, because I'll be able to use liquid fertilizer in the backpack sprayer. But for the moment, we can't afford that. I'm gonna have to go get that spreader. There it is. Let's have a quick look. Can't afford anything, so no flipping today. But maybe we'll convert this thing to my favorite configuration for a spreader, wide or sprayer. The double narrow tires. Or maybe we'll save up and replace this with the Lintrack. Or maybe not replace it, but because it's still useful for some things. But maybe we'll get the Lintrack eventually. But in the meantime, I gotta get that field fertilized and I hope that I didn't damage my crop by leaving the flooding till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Which on a scale of 1 to, it looks like I did. Yep, I've lost some bits right there. On a scale of 1 to 30, where one day here is 30 days, I've basically it's been sitting there dry for like 10 days. Or something, who knows. We're gonna let this guy do our fertilization, and I'll be back on the next interesting thing we do. Alright, we're gonna go sell this oil. I did get that poplar fertilized for a second time, and I also fertilized the now empty barley field once, so that'll be good. I am gonna plow it though, because it's got several bits of hail damage, which would be good to plow up the that poplar field eventually, because once I've harvested it again, because it's also got multiple spots of hail damage. I was kind of hoping that the hail damage would remain in the same spot and everything. It's still weird to me that hail ruins the ground on that spot. I guess I should make sure I'm going to the right place though. Farmer's market is the best price. Yep. Alright, I don't need to tag it, I know where it is, but might as well. So, yeah, next up is rolling into August in order to plant the canola, but first I'm gonna plow up that field. 12 grand's handy. At least increases my ability to flip used equipment. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to plowing, and I'll see you in August. I don't think there's anything else interesting in between. We won't be able to won't be harvesting the rice till September anyway, so August it is. Alright, so it's now August, and I just powered through another hailstorm, and you can see my rice field is getting pretty messed up. I'm glad I'm going to be replacing this guy soon, because I'll plow that and get rid of all of those issues. But it's August, and that means it's time to plant some canola. So we're going to get on planting canola. Both of these fields are going to get canola. Anyway. It looks to me like we might have just lost yet another plowed spot, and that hail damages the literal ground, which is ridiculous and something they need to fix, if that's the case, which we'll find out here in just a moment. We want canola. One thing we do need to do soon, and I think we can actually afford it, at I think it's 30 for the backpack sprayer and 5 for the front tank, is get that hooked up and on the Massey tractor, so that we can do weed. We can deal with weeds. When the time comes.
Let me pick you up.
Okay, we got ourselves the Hardy backpack and front tank, and we're all full up on, well, not full up, but we've got plenty of herbicide to take care of those pesky weeds next month. And I guess that's just about the day, because we can't harvest the rice till next month, and the poplar's not ready yet, although it's going to be ready soon. If it's ready next month, then I might actually be able to get one more batch of canola in on it, right over the top of that, although that'll be an all-day experience. Hopefully it works, because I can get multiple pieces of these things done in a row. I don't think I can hit it with herbicide just yet, not until it's actually ready. Nothing to push out of the way on the oil. I am gonna drop this tank. So that I can drop these oh, well, I guess I gotta drop the other thing because it's getting in the way. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good time doing whatever it is you're doing next. And I will see you next time.